Work a 9 to 5. Give the bare minimum just to survive. Consume as much content as possible after work, in some cases even during work. Then try to enjoy life during vacations and weekends, which often means more consumption. Playing video games, watching movies, scrolling on your phone next to a hotel swimming pool. This is the blueprint, and if you follow it step by step, you can absolutely ruin your 20s. Step 1. Confuse distraction with happiness. Your 20s are supposed to be the decade where you build foundations, skills, discipline, network, health, financial intelligence. But distraction feels easier. It feels deserved. After all, you worked all day. You earned the right to shut your brain off. So you trade long-term growth for short-term dopamine. One episode becomes 5. 5 minutes on TikTok becomes an hour becomes a habit, and habits become identity. You start telling yourself you're just relaxing. In reality, you're anesthetizing ambition. Step 2. Normalize mediocrity. Look around. Most people aren't chasing excellence, they're chasing comfort. They want stable paychecks, casual entertainment, mild pleasure, and minimal stress. And there's nothing dramatic about that. It's socially accepted, even encouraged. If everyone around you is settling feels reasonable. You stop asking for more. You stop demanding more from yourself. You do just enough to avoid getting fired, just enough to pay rent, just enough to stay average. And average is dangerous because it doesn't hurt enough to force change. Step 3. Avoid responsibility. Blame the economy, blame your boss, blame your parents, blame the algorithm, blame the system. As long as something else is responsible for your stagnation, you never have to confront your own inaction. Responsibility is heavy. It means admitting that your results are connected to your habits. It means accepting that if you waste 5 years, no one is coming to refund them, so instead you distract yourself again. Step 4. Live for the weekend. Spend 5 days waiting for 2. Repeat this cycle for years. Tell yourself that real life starts on Friday night. Convince yourself that suffering through the week is normal. Measure time by how fast you can escape it. This mindset trains you to endure life instead of design it. Your 20s slowly become something to get through rather than something to build with. Step 5. Never sit alone with your thoughts. Silence is uncomfortable. It forces reflection. Reflection forces awareness. Awareness forces change. So you keep the noise on, music in your ears, podcasts in the background, Netflix before bed, phone in your hand the second you wake up. Constant stimulation ensures you never question the direction you're heading. And that's how it happens. Not through one catastrophic mistake, but through 1,000 tiny, comfortable decisions. Follow these steps consistently, and your 20s will disappear in a blur of content, excuses, and unrealized potential. Step 6. Chase validation instead of mastery. Your 20s can become a performance, not a journey of growth, but a highlight reel. You post the gym selfie instead of building real strength. You announce the project instead of finishing it. You talk about the business idea instead of surviving the boring months where no one is watching. Validation is addictive. A few likes, a few compliments, a few messages saying, "You're doing great." It feels like progress. But validation without substance is empty calories. It feeds the ego while starving the future. Mastery is quiet, it's repetitive, it's frustrating. It requires doing the same thing over and over again, long after the applause fades. Most people won't choose that path because it doesn't provide instant social proof, so they stay visible instead of becoming valuable. Step 7. Prioritize image over skills. Buy the outfit, lease the car, upgrade the phone. Make sure you look successful before you become successful. This is one of the fastest ways to trap yourself financially and mentally. When your lifestyle grows faster than your income, pressure replaces freedom. Instead of investing in courses, tools, mentors, or experiences that expand your abilities, you invest in appearances. And appearances depreciate, skills compound. When you focus on looking rich instead of becoming competent, you sacrifice long-term leverage for short-term illusion. Step 8. Say yes to everything that feels exciting. Trips you can't afford, nights out you don't need, projects you don't care about, relationships built on convenience rather than alignment. Your 20s are full of energy. That energy feels infinite, so you spend it carelessly. But energy is capital. Every late night, every distraction, every unnecessary drama drains the focus required to build something meaningful. You wake up tired, you skip workouts, you postpone goals, you tell yourself you'll lock in next month. Next month becomes next year. Step 9. Avoid difficult conversations. Stay in the wrong relationship because it's comfortable. Stay in the wrong job because it's stable. Avoid asking for a raise because rejection feels awkward. Avoid telling your friends you want something different because you don't want to stand out. Comfort slowly becomes a cage. Growth requires friction. It requires risking disapproval. It requires stepping into rooms where you're not the most competent person. If you avoid tension at all costs, you also avoid expansion. So you remain where you are, safe, predictable, stagnant. Step 10. Neglect your health because you're young. Sleep 5 hours. Eat whatever is convenient. Skip workouts. Ignore posture. Ignore stress. Ignore the quiet signals your body sends. You tell yourself you'll get serious at 30, but the habits you build in your 20s don't disappear at 30. They solidify. Your metabolism slows, your responsibilities increase, your free time shrinks. Building strength, stamina, and discipline now is easier than rebuilding from damage later. Ignore your health long enough and it will eventually demand your attention with interest. This is how the decade slips away, not because you lacked potential, but because you diluted it, because you chased comfort over capability, attention over excellence, stimulation over strategy. Ruin doesn't arrive dramatically, it accumulates quietly, and most people don't realize it's happening until they look up and wonder where the time went. And by then, the gap between who they could have become and who they are feels heavy. Step 11. Postpone your real life. Tell yourself you'll start for real later. Later when you have more money. Later when you feel more confident. Later when you have the perfect plan. Later when the timing is right. Later is the most dangerous word in your 20s, because later creates the illusion of infinite time. You assume you can drift for a few years and then suddenly switch into discipline mode. You assume motivation will magically appear. You assume clarity will strike you one random morning. It won't. Clarity comes from action. Confidence comes from repetition. Momentum comes from starting before you feel ready. Postponing your effort doesn't preserve your potential, it erodes it. Every year you delay building skills, taking risks, and testing yourself, someone else your age compounds theirs, and compound interest works on effort too. Step 12. Surround yourself with people who don't challenge you. Stay in circles where ambition is marked, where dreaming bigger is labeled as unrealistic, where self-improvement is called doing too much. Your environment will always influence your standards. If the people around you avoid responsibility, you'll normalize avoidance. If they complain about everything, you'll absorb that mindset. If they never read, never train, never build, never reflect, you'll slowly mirror that behavior. Humans adapt. If you want to ruin your 20s, choose comfort over growth in your relationships. Stay where you're understood but not elevated. Stay where you fit in instead of where you level up. Step 13. Fear failure more than regret. Don't start the channel. Don't launch the brand. Don't apply for the job. Don't move cities. Don't try. Protect your ego at all costs. Failure is visible, it can be judged, it can be criticized. Regret is quieter, it waits, but regret compounds in silence. When you reach your late 20s and realize you never truly tried, that weight feels heavier than any temporary embarrassment ever could. Fear convinces you that staying still is safer. In reality, stagnation is the bigger risk. Step 14. Ignore financial literacy. Spend everything you earn. Avoid learning about investing. Avoid understanding taxes. Avoid building assets. Assume your paycheck will always cover your lifestyle. Money is not everything, but ignorance about money is expensive. Your 20s are the most powerful decade for financial leverage because time multiplies small decisions. A small investment early can outperform a large investment late. A basic understanding of how money works can save you years of stress. Ignore this and you'll trade freedom for dependency. Step 15. Never define what success means to you. If you don't choose your target, society will choose it for you. You'll chase titles you don't care about, buy things you don't need, impress people you don't even respect. You'll climb ladders that lead to places you never wanted to go, and you'll call it progress. Ruin happens when you move fast in the wrong direction. Your 20s are not supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to be formative, messy, challenging. expansive. But if you follow these steps consistently, distraction, validation, comfort, avoidance, delay, you won't destroy your life overnight. You'll simply wake up one day with a quiet realization you had time, you had energy, you had access to information, and you let it slip. The good news? If you can follow a pattern that ruins your 20s, you can reverse it. Because every step that destroys potential has an opposite step that builds it. And the moment you become aware of the pattern, you're no longer trapped inside it,